Amy.
Hey, Jack.
I'm gay.
Oh my god, that is so funny. I'm also gay. I was going to tell you.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And you're listening to Dating Straight. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Jack. Hey, Carson.
Hey.
How sweet.
So.
Anyway, we just had a really great pre-show reminiscing on our 2014 YouTube fails. Best fails of all time.
Yeah, truly.
You can't find them anywhere. Deleted footage.
Right, best fails and successes.
Oh.
You know, when we did that
That's
Sassy
true.
Dance, it was a success.
Totally.
Make sure to review, subscribe, rate 5 stars. If you were writing a 5-star review, what would you say about this?
I would say unbelievable, never done before. I one of a kind, iconic, incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
I'm coming back.
Awesome.
But yes.
So wait, definitely leave a review because I enjoy reading them.
Exactly.
So, thank you.
And check out our Patreon. New newsletters, live streams, and episodes every month. Today we are here with Carson McCalley. Kind of an elusive, maybe famous figure, but like underground. Like I don't know. I feel like you've been, obviously we've been friends forever. We've been friends forever. Like you've been in all of our videos. Mm-hmm. You were in the scene. You went away. You came back. Like I feel like Carson's brand is
like
sort of.
Who is Carson?
Yeah, who is he?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what that just reminded me of? I saw this, you know Sade? And like Sade came out with a new album. Anyone?
No.
Sade?
No, ma'am.
My God. The homosexuals are going to get mad at you. But
no.
Exactly. Sade, she disappears. In New York, she was promoting her new album, and somebody had spray painted over the ad for the new album, "Bitch sings when she wants to." And I think that is, that's the energy that I want to take into coming onto YouTube, you know, or in podcasts.
Yes.
On YouTube? Oh, like I thought for a second that you meant coming back to YouTube. I was like, no fucking way.
Simply not. No.
Well,
never again.
We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay.
Well, Carson is literally a Broadway star.
Yeah.
You were in the Inheritance play, which was wonderful. Jack and I both saw it. And you just got 11 Tony noms, which is so surreal, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's high five for that. It was crazy, you know, like we had to get our stuff out of the theater really quickly because of the coronavirus. So so getting those nominations was really nice to like feel like I can talk to my company again and like celebrate us. So I'm really happy.
Sweet.
He did.
What was that like going? Like you're on Broadway, and they're like, actually, go home.
You know what?
Coronavirus.
Like, it was crazy, but also, like, I feel like I love, like, change so much, or like, you know, like spur of the moment, like shit so much.
The drama of
that,
it.
Like, I didn't process it until weeks later. You know, like. The moment of like having to get all of our stuff out of the theater really quickly. It's like get out your stuff by 5 and like driving in with other people and like it was, you know, you didn't have time to think. It was like an adrenaline rush sort of. And also knowing that like we had been running for 9 months or something like that, 8 or 9 months, and there were some shows like I remember coming out of the theater and it started to rain, so we're like moving our stuff out into the rain into this car, and we're driving away and right across the street, 6, the musical, was supposed to open. And there was this girl in a gown carrying flowers in the rain. And I was like, that
was their opening night?
That was their opening night. And so it was like, for me, it was like we've had a really full, incredible run. Whereas like there are some people who it like is really hitting hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also don't think I let myself sort of be sad in the moment because it was like, you know, I was lucky compared to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you. I just want to say.
Yeah.
What?
Very, very
So
iconic.
cool.
A very iconic move.
Yeah. No,
on your part.
But
Yeah.
even I remember Carson saying, like, I want to be on Broadway. And I was like, okay. But like, truly, I had never, ever seen him in a play before Broadway, ever.
Yeah,
so like,
true.
I like truly had no idea what you were up to. Like, I had no idea anything. So then like, you just making it happen and like, I don't know, I don't mean dragging us all to the Broadway theater in a bad way, but like getting us all to come and be like, I don't know, it's just such a full circle moment of like, you have done what you set out to do.
Truly,
and
yeah.
Me cried over it.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. From telling Mamrie Hart, a little drunk at VidCon, that I'm an actor and I look up to her to getting cast in Broadway is a cool track. I feel like cool arc.
That is a good arc.
Yeah.
Totally.
So grateful.
What is Inheritance Play about for some people who may not know?
It is. It's complicated. It is.
It is really complicated.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. Even reading it, it's like different than seeing it. But The Inheritance is a 2-part play over 6 acts that sort of tells the story of modern gay men in New York City via the lens of E.M. Forster's classic book Howard's End, which has its own gay history to it. E.M. Forster was never out during his lifetime, but he wrote this gay novel called Morris, and he hid it under his floorboards. And when he died, Christopher Isherwood, one of his good friends and also an incredible writer, released his gay book Morris, and he was finally outed that he was sort of gay, he was sort of gay. And yeah, so it sort of takes that storyline and E.M. Forster's story and tells the story of modern men after the AIDS epidemic and what that does to sort of the modern queer psyche.
It was so fucking beautiful. I sobbed like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And you were so really wonderful in that play.
Thank you. Thanks.
It was so cool.
It was
to watch you do backflips over the stage.
Yeah, you did do backflips in your underwear.
Yes.
But then on the flip side, like, yeah, I was like literally sobbing.
On the flip
like
side.
holding. Okay. I was like holding it in for dear life. I was like, keep it together, man. Don't let like a wail out, like I had to just be like,
Yeah,
it was so good.
And vice versa. What is so crazy is like the end of part 1, if you read it or if you saw it, it is such a moment that's sort of like out of the play. It's like out of time, basically. Like it's sort of about the connection between like literally an audience in New York who sort of went through the AIDS epidemic, or the people that you care about who are queer. And like having you guys in the audience moved me as a performer so much. Like being able to stand there and think about the queer people in my life and how much they inspire me, and like what it would be like to go through an event where I'm losing all those people. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah.
But it's like that's sort of what the play gave me personally. Having you guys in the audience was so helpful for me as an actor and as a queer person.
We love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, I love you.
It was really
so
intense. And I'm sure it will shape you forever.
For sure.
And especially because kind of like what you're saying, like none of us, and probably not many people in your cast lived through that.
Yeah.
But like we all, I don't know if you guys do, but like I had 2 family members who died of AIDS. So it's like still very prevalent in our community, but also just like in many individuals' lives. So it's just and it's crazy.
It's the dichotomy between not understanding that really at all and still somehow resonating with it and understanding the ways in which it really affects your life. In really profound ways is really interesting. Talking about the ways in which like coming out or your view of sex as this sort of society tells you it's like disease ridden. Yeah, is like one of the craziest sort of mental hurdles that you have to go over, even though you never experienced that. So that's sort of what the inheritance means, is like the inheriting of those traumas as well, which is really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, didn't think we would go that far on the catch up, but
Oh, was this our catch up? Should we let's take a little break to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much, Dipsy, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. So, we've all had a massive change in routine, and with that comes forgetting to check in with yourself, which is super important. And Dipsy can help. Dipsy is an audio app full of short, sexy stories designed to turn you on and help you get in touch with yourself. The stories are relatable and immersive, and it feels like you're there. And whatever you're into, Dipsy's got it.
Yeah, and they add new content every week, so there's always something to explore. Find stories about a spontaneous hookup with a hot stranger, getting closer with that sexy yoga instructor you can't stop thinking about, or even stories about trying that new toy together or getting tied up. The wellness sessions can also help you unlock new confidence or heighten intimacy with your partner. They also add new stories every week so you never get bored, so spice things up today with Dipsy. And for listeners of the show, Dipsy is offering a 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/straight. That's a 30-day free trial when you go to Dipsea, DIPSEA, stories.com/straight. That is dipsystories.com/straight.
Come on, straight. Thank you so much, Dipsy. This episode is also sponsored by Best Fiends. We love Best Fiends.
Yes, we do.
It's 1 a.m. and you should be asleep. But tonight, you've got a date with Best Fiends. The only date we're getting.
Yeah, so Best Fiends, I'm sure you guys know of it. It is pretty much the best game, the only game that you need on your phone.
It's the only game. It's the only game.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game that is just so fun to play. You just can't put it down. I honestly don't even know how many levels I am at. It's like it's a lot scary. Like I've been playing this game truly for like 5 years now. And there's always new stuff popping up. There's, it gets harder and harder. So like, it really makes you think. And it is just a lovely game that Amy and I have a little bit of competition with, but I struggle to use the word competition because I'm just far and away better.
I know. You really are. Best Fiends is Bottom's worst nightmare. It's the can't put it down puzzle game with over 100 million downloads and counting. That's a lot. It's free to download and literally has millions of 5-star reviews on the Apple App Store and Google Play. There are more levels, events, challenges added all the time. So play away. There's always going to be one more level. Seriously, once you download Best Fiends, Bottom won't stand a chance.
Yeah, so download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Thanks, Best Fiends. So we're back with Carson, icon of our time. Said that already. I'll say it again. Do you think that, since you had to rush out so quickly from Broadway, what do you think do you think it would ever resume? Like, would you finish your run?
I don't think so because the Inheritance had a full run on its own, on its own. There are some shows that never opened and still they don't know if those will come back. Just because it's it's a money thing and stuff like that. And the Inheritance was already planning sort of other things. So I know that it's actually potentially happening in LA.
Come here.
Well, I don't know about the Broadway cast, but I think they might be doing it like an LA specific production, with people in LA. And so I feel like if it moves on, and even that is sort of, I don't know if that's still on, but I don't think it's going to come back to Broadway.
But on to bigger and better things. Well,
right.
Not necessarily better, but
different
things. Yeah. He's an actor.
He is an actor. So we spoke a little bit about coming out. And we all came out to each other at the same time. How cute is that? We were sitting in Jack's bedroom in San Diego. Who brought that up? Who did that?
Jack's mom. She like walks past. She's like, tell each other.
No, someone said like, I'm gay, are you? Or like, are you gay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I feel like it was so strange that we didn't bring it up. Like I had honestly, I mean, I had always thought, but then
I thought,
but then
I
with
was
Amy,
sure that Jack was gay.
well, yeah, but then Amy, I was like not sure. I'd never met like a lesbian, you know, from the Southern Hemisphere. So, like, you know, didn't know if she was just gay or Australian.
Right.
And it was all a crazy mix. And then I knew that Carson had like an ex-girlfriend. And like, so yeah, how did that come about?
I don't remember, but I remember Jack was like, yeah, I'm gay. And then I was like, yeah, me too. And then Carson was like, I don't know what I am.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Just like, how has your like queer journey been?
Yeah, I mean, wild. I think that like, yeah, for me, queerness, I don't think it's to this, my relationship to my sexuality is not at the unsure place that I think that my initial response with you guys stemmed from, like this insecurity and this fear, and you know, like that's what that was stemming from. But I think that my answer is sort of similar in that it's more sure of myself, but I love calling myself queer because for me, there's two ways I like to explain it. Like one, the intellectual way to explain it is that it's like about this potentiality and like that like we don't know who we are tomorrow, you know, and like I if I had not opened up my brain to be like, maybe I'm not what society tells me I have to be, then I would have never even come to my sexuality as it is today. So I feel like continuously opening that up and being like, I'm always changing, I'm always evolving. Who knows what I'll be? Even though I'm pretty much only interested in dating men at this point, I still think leaving that door open is something that I think is helpful for me. The other way I explain it is I don't know what the fuck's going on, you know, like ever, you know, like life throws you crazy curveballs, and for me not to like, it's just a reminder that happens.
Mean, yeah, like the biggest fools are the people who think they know themselves when they do not.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you know, it's. Someone said that, maybe Socrates or something. He was like, y'all be foolish, you know, like people who think that they know what they don't know. And how could we possibly ever know ourselves?
Exactly, yeah. And for some people, the label gay or the label straight, like those things, they can still remind themselves that they're, you know, malleable and that they don't really know themselves and have that door open. For me, it's a helpful tool to call myself queer to remind me of that. But not everybody needs that. So.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
Well, I'm
not saying like everyone who calls themselves gay is like, you don't know yourself.
No.
Like, what I'm saying is like, it's a helpful tool for me, you know?
No, but I've talked about that with Amy, I think on this podcast before, about like how sometimes I feel like drilling in, like calling myself gay is like limiting myself to other types of people, you know, because in my lens, in my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm gay. You know, which like isn't a bad thing. I think it's good. Like it's how I came to terms with
for sure
my queerness. Like because I had to like look in the mirror and be like, you're gay and it's okay and you're gay and you are loved and it's fine. You know.
Yeah.
But then like I wonder if I were, you know, growing up these days when you aren't like labels aren't as, you know, like forced. I wonder if I would just be more like queer, but it's still definitely be interested more in men, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming out as an actor, what was that like? Was that
coming out as an actor?
Or?
I'm an actor.
Mom,
I'm an actor.
No.
I'm an artist. Yeah, it's really an interesting thing because, again, it's people's like subconscious digestion of labels rather than their conscious. You know, like the acting world, the entertainment industry is very consciously open. You know, they're very accepting, but subconsciously, you know, if you're out, a lot of the times you will go into a casting room for like a straight person, or you know, something that you're playing something that's very different from yourself, and they'll just be like, there's something off about, you know, he's just not right for the part. If they know that in your personal life you wouldn't fall in love with that woman, or you know, like, and so subconsciously they just don't think you're right for the part. So it's a hard thing to balance, trying to consistently remind people that like you contain multitudes and you can do anything. While their subconscious judgments are actually at play and they don't even know it, you know?
Yeah. Wow. So how did you decide to come out? Like, what was the decision to do that? And are you confident in that still, or do you ever question your decision?
Yeah, I mean, I it was really the inheritance for me, where it's like, I didn't like ever really sit down and I was like,
yeah, you didn't make like a coming out video.
Yeah, definitely not. No. But yeah, once I was in the inheritance too, like it was so much about the conversation too, about like queer actors in the piece and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think it sort of happened for me. You know, they had me talk to the New York Times about sexuality and my connection to the piece and stuff like that. And yeah, it sort of, I felt like it skipped the stage of like people being like, what is it? And rather like it was just like they moved on and was like, okay, so you're queer, so like how does that affect the work, you know? Mm-hmm. Which is beautiful and cool, you know?
Yeah. And now you're the first gay Broadway actor on planet Earth. You're a revolutionary.
So right.
But it is crazy how much like it was a, for lack of a better term, a straight play. Like it wasn't a musical. And it's so crazy how divided those worlds are. It's like the acting worlds of Broadway are very straight. And the musical theater world is very gay. So that's an interesting thing to navigate. There's only a couple sort of actors in my life that I look up to that are queer people. You know, Ben Whishaw is like one of the only people where I'm like, that is a queer man who is an actor, like an actor's actor, you know? Which is interesting. Russell Tovey, it's like there's only a couple and they're both British. What am I gonna do with that? But
so you're interested in British men? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Wait.
All right. The big question that we're all wondering at home. Carson, you're so hot. Jack, you are also hot.
I thought you were going to say, Jack, you're funny.
Jack, you are hilarious. And really down to earth as well. How did this never happen? I want to go to your wedding.
Yeah.
It is the question that my mom always asks. Literally, she always goes,
asked you the other day, Jack.
I know.
Literally.
I just feel like it's so, like, thinking back to when we all came out to each other, like, we've just known each other for so long. It's when you grow up with someone, I think that it's a different sort of mindset that you're in.
Have you seen those rom-coms where they like grow up next door and then like 10 years later they find each other and then they like get married?
Right. Well, listen, in maybe in the same trip that we were all talking about, like we've kissed.
We've kissed.
Amy, we've kissed.
Is
the gag.
God.
Yeah, we've
what
kissed.
A time.
I don't know. I feel like yes. Firstly, yes. I think it's like, it's a different type of love. Like, you know, there's like the types of love, like Eros love and whatever, blah, blah, blah love. We are, oh yeah, Eros I think is like the like love.
Sexual.
Yeah. But we have like agape love, I believe, which is friend love, maybe. And I don't know. I also think we're not each other's types, just in a very physical way. Like you want like pretty boy model, and okay, and I want like weird boy, like I don't know, with mental illness.
You want a brother husband is what you want.
I think we both do. We both want, like, he's a pretty boy model, and I'm kind of like the weird the weird one.
Yikes.
But I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
Like we just aren't on each other's radars, which I think is good because then it
avoids
great. Tension.
Right. It means we just literally easy baked ovened with each other. We just made some cookies in an easy bake oven 10 minutes ago.
And there could have been a lot of sexual tension in there with someone else.
Well, that's like you can have agape and then still like bone. I don't know. I'm still hoping that one day I can attend your wedding. Jack, I also texted you about your wedding, your future wedding. Am I going to be in it?
Guys, why are you assuming I'm going to get married?
Whoa, guys, I said nothing.
I do see that from you. Like you love like family. Your family loves like gatherings. Like I feel like when you find your love, it's gonna be like some beautiful outdoor twinkly lights wedding. And you're gonna wear like suits. How cute! Can I wear?
I throw us all into a game of Survivor. Is what I do. It's not gonna be twinkly lights. It's gonna be like get to business. I want you all to hate each other.
Right.
I want mine to be gorgeous. I want mine to be exactly like in Crazy Rich Asians when the water comes in and everyone's barefoot and they're walking through. You know, have you seen?
I haven't yet.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I don't go to movies.
You guys, you just gotta watch the
wedding. I
wedding
only see scary
scene.
movies.
Picture this, right? Water floods through the ground of the chapel, and then she's barefoot and she walks basically on the water to the altar. It's
on purpose. It's flooded.
Yes, on purpose. The water creeps in with like lily pads and lights that like illuminate this river.
All the guests,
it's gorgeous.
Are they wearing shoes?
Unclear about the guests. They don't really talk about the guests. I think only the aisle is filled with waters that you can walk on water. It's just
see, that's what's different.
Nice.
Is like he is like going for that fairy tale. Like I'm just going for like, you know, I don't know what I'm going for.
Yeah, but when you're like a little older, when you're like, I can see this happening when like in your early 30s.
Us?
Your whole family, no.
Or my wedding.
You, Jack.
Okay.
Your wedding.
Okay.
And your mom is like crying because it's so sweet.
All right, whatever. I'm like not thinking. I never like go to bed being like, I can't wait for my wedding. Do you?
Absolutely,
what I do?
Absolutely.
Really?
You do?
Yeah.
I can't wait for my friends' weddings. That's what I do.
Oh, nice.
I want to attend a wedding of one of my besties.
Wedding tour. Everyone's weddings are like
a TikTok,
a weekend after each other, and we just go on tour around them. Like,
oh, I thought you meant like apartment tour. Like you do a wedding tour. It's like this is where the altar is.
Saying the things you don't like.
But
so we need to put those dreams to rest about you guys.
I want to know: have you ever had a crush on me or thought of me? Well, okay, I'm gonna admit something to you that maybe isn't super nice to admit, but I think it.
What?
Yeah,
but I think we both feel this way. Is what I'm asking. I've told Amy several times.
Drag
I'm like,
me.
no, it's not drag. It's not drag. That like I don't know if I do / have ever looked at you in like a sexual light. Like you could be naked in front of me, and I'm like, that is my friend. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like that.
Yeah. I don't think that's rude at all to say, and I think that is a very similar situation for me. Yeah, I just think again, like we developed a relationship that was so.
It's like brothers.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
we are like affectionate, like brothers, kind of. Well, I don't know if brothers do this. I don't know.
Certainly not with my brother. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love my brother.
Well, I'm not this way with my sister either.
No.
Like, I don't know.
That is so sweet.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny, Jack, that you've never had a crush on Carson because Carson, you have a long list of women who have had crushes on you. I feel like back in 2015, 2016, you were hot shit with the girls.
The thing is, it was truly. I feel like most of the time, maybe it was like a conscious, unknowing, but like I felt like it was unbeknownst to me. Because I think it was.
No.
Because
no way.
Because again,
I feel like we have had conversations at that time.
Yeah.
And I feel
Maybe.
like at least, I don't know if I'm going to name her and shame her, but at least one of our friends at the time definitely told you.
Yes.
Like 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
She was like obsessed.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, again, it's like at the time we're developing these incredible, beautiful, like friendships, these like intimate sort of relationships with all these different people. And so I
Blocked it out of your memory.
yeah, I suppose I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then it will arise, like. But until then,
that is like such a like hot and well-liked person thing to say, to be like, oh well, if everyone likes me, I guess I'll just it is what it is.
I'm
Well,
turning red.
There is nothing to have done then. But like, how does that make you feel being like a sex icon?
magnet. You're a chick magnet.
Chick magnet to the masses, honestly.
I plead the fifth. I can speak no more on that.
Cute.
Yeah, well, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, like, I'm like, what was I at the time? Like, when I say it's unbeknownst to me, like, am I going up to people being like,
it.
you like me? Or what?
No, I feel like
How do you...
I
They
feel
came
like-
to you saying, I like
Yeah.
you. Or what?
Yeah, and then I feel like you would just be like, oh really? Well, and then just like ... like
Slowly
you would just like
crawl
not
away.
address it and like keep them hanging, but not in a bad way.
Really?
No, not in a
No,
bad way.
not
Like
in a
I
bad
think you
way.
just wanted to be friends with like Hannah Gogan, who had a crush on you, and but so you were trying to just be like, I love you, but like. You wanted to know,
Right,
like,
it's a hard
what
balance.
type of love? Agape or eros,
Exactly.
You had agape, she had the other one.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Well,
Agape all the way.
there's actually a funny but awful story. The more I think about it, not with Hannah, but where let me set the scene. We're at a YouTube party at the
Janoskians.
Janoskians. Always, it's a Wednesday. It's 2015. Carson makes out with a boy, and this woman who had a big crush on Carson, who she didn't know that he was queer at all. She said, what did she say?
She says,
I remember this like it was yesterday.
yeah, I
also.
remember. I remember the dance floor, which was a living room, and
Yeah.
and I remember her on the edge. Like in my mind, it's like a high school dance where like the checkerboard floor ends, and she's right at the edge of it, and she goes, "Not you too."
Awful.
Which
I
is
wonder
horrible.
if she remembers that. Yeah.
She meant like
I wonder if she'll see
everyone was gay. Like all of us.
Everyone
when
was
it was
gay.
coming out like very suddenly. It seemed like at that point,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we just one by one. It was like a quick succession, gay, and then she had a crush on you, and was just like, not you,
Not you too.
Not you too.
Not you too.
Yeah, it was an
Fuck.
iconic sort of party, that one. It was the first time I also met Nash Greer, who everybody had said that I've looked like.
Not you too.
Oh, yeah, you used to just
not
say
you
that
too.
in
Not you too. So
You used to just go to parties and be like, I'm Nash Greer, and they'd let you in.
that one I did.
Yeah, the O2L party
yes,
on New
the
Year's.
O2L party.
Did you like you took photos with people outside, no?
That was MagCon.
As Nash?
That was MagCon.
That was
MagCon.
MagCon. Yes.
Wow.
We did some our fun back then was strange.
Chaotic. It was chaotic, yeah.
It was just sneaking into any party at all. Any YouTube party, we would sneak in there.
Scam any situation. Like,
Right.
be anywhere we aren't supposed to be. It was, like, the biggest thrill.
Right, and because you have so many connections to other people, what's hard is also realizing when people are scamming you. It's like a giant game of survival. Because the thing is, like all 50 of the people that I'm really good friends with can't get into this party. So it's like, who's my scamming team tonight at this party?
Yeah.
Who are the 3 people?
And
I'm
who
gonna
am I
scam
leaving
with?
behind?
Yes. And who do I have to scam by saying, where am I
I'm not
going?
there.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
like,
we
oh, I
it
don't know
used
what
to
I'm
be
doing
like,
tonight.
can you go? And it'd be like, no. But then we would be able to go. We just didn't want to bring them as our +1. Like
It was a giant scam, all of it. But
Yeah.
but
But
yeah,
we
but
were
you also
unscammable because
understood.
we couldn't get people in anywhere.
But I feel like we
I don't
tried.
know.
I feel like we would do some crazy stuff. Or it'd be like if they were with us, like say I knew Alexa Losey and Alexa Losey was letting us in her hotel room and Carson was with me and through Carson Roma was there. You know, like it was
Right,
like always about who you were with
Oh my god.
and who you knew. It was
Dude,
crazy.
like literally drawing plans at the IHOP on the like Disney
The
Boulevard or whatever.
IHOP.
Guys, it would be
Jesus.
so fun to go back to VidCon. Oh, is VidCon ending?
Oh yeah, they tweeted an ominous tweet.
Yeah, they tweeted the end of an era.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. Yeah, I also wouldn't.
It would be
many things are
so
ending.
fun for like, what if someone had a wedding at VidCon and brought everyone back?
Terrible. I'm sure there were proposals at VidCon.
Definitely.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
would bet money on that.
Definitely.
Like in front of Grace Helbig, they're like, Grace, if you pull me on stage, I'll propose to my girlfriend.
Right? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd
Jeez.
probably propose to somebody at VidCon. I mean,
No, you would
it was
not.
a crazy
Yeah, right.
time.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else to say. So you guys are living your New York minute.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so jealous. Jealousy lives deep within me. How has it been to, because this is the longest time that you guys have like lived in the same place for a while.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
since
yeah.
like childhood.
It's definitely the
yeah.
most time we spent with each other in 5 years.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, it's lovely. I am so happy to be here. Like, just to like, I'm just so happy to like spend time. Yeah, with like you're saying, like with people who I love so dearly, but haven't been able to spend real quality time with for 5 years. Like you and Julia and my friend Liv. Like, there's something so special about like reconnecting and in a different part of life, and we're in a different, like everything's different. We are different, but yet we can sort of pick up where we left off and reminisce on the good stuff, but also like make really sweet new memories and just like, I don't know, it's really nice. I'm having a good time.
Because usually we only get summers to.
No, yeah.
Well, and not even more recently, really.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been
Recently,
staying-
you've been on Broadway.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it's also been, I think it also sort of came at the perfect time for me in that like, my show ended and like that was my entire life. Like, and so it's like, and this, obviously the pandemic, it's like we're all going through these like emotional sort of wormholes, and having Jack see this city through new eyes makes me see it through new eyes. So like even just going to the park, like so much of what we have to do during this pandemic is like take the little things and like appreciate them. And I think that Jack has allowed me to do that through how much I love Jack and how much I love seeing him happy. Like him finding happiness in the city makes me find happiness because he's happy and in the city.
Oh no.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Do you guys have plans? Like, what's happening next?
neither of us know.
Stop the tape.
That's the thing.
Well, I know that you guys are at least coming back to San Diego for
probably
at least a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The funny thing is like, all of us, you, me, Julia, and Liv, are all unemployed right now. So, like, the world is kind of our oyster. And it's kind of coming to terms with, like, not knowing where you belong or where you even want to be or XYZ is the hardest thing to grapple with. Like, grappling with the chaos of, like, who knows where we're going to be in a month, you know, or 2 months. And just finding a way to be calm through that, you know? I don't know.
Totally.
Well, you're definitely coming back for Christmas,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty resolved on that as well. I've been sort of like back and forth, but I think that I need to, again, in the same way that Jack coming here, like I think I need to come out to LA a little bit and just like change, like view the world through new eyes a little bit. Which
You
I think
should.
see my family for Christmas and yeah, see Amy for Christmas.
For Hanukkah.
Right.
We should go to like Big Bear or something.
I've never been.
What?
I'm from California
It's
and
so
I've
nice.
never been to Big Bear. I've never done a winter sport.
We
never
should
skied.
go for like winter cabin moment. That's so fun. Like in January.
Absolutely.
So fun.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Yeah, and then who knows after that? It's like, what's weird is just being an actor and being like, okay, well, I can't even really apply for jobs.
Broadway
It's
is closed through next May.
and that even is like that. Then everything that's gonna go to Broadway is like the shows that already have been developing. You know, it's like or developed, and so
Cast. Or something.
yeah, cast. So I don't know. Film's back, sort of, but it's sort of just a waiting game, to be honest, about like what my next job is and where that takes me.
Such is life.
Yeah.
It's a waiting game.
Wow. So, like, are you gonna pack up your things in New York and come here, or you're like
No.
leaving
Me?
everything as it is?
No, yeah. You're keeping your apartment.
I'm leaving everything. My apartment is such a good
Good find.
find that I feel as
Yeah.
if I should keep it.
Sure.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. It's all this stuff with the lease too. We're not gonna get into all that here, but
Yeah.
you know, there's like logistics. But
Always least drama.
yeah,
Yeah. What are you going to do next, Amy?
I'm staying. I'm planted right in Los Angeles.
Los
Till the-
Angeles.
Till the day you die.
Kick it. Yeah.
Kick the
Well,
can.
there's like nothing to do, nowhere to go.
You'll
you
kick
know,
the
like
can in Malibu when, like when you're like 85.
Yes, that's where I want to die is Malibu for sure. Yeah, just waiting for Levi to come back. Waiting for the air quality to improve. I'm waiting for you guys to come
Improve.
here. Yeah.
But the thing is, y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna probably have to distance hang from you guys because I'm still
Yeah,
gonna be
but
living
that's-
at home. But then that's why I'm thinking like I
did that a couple
can't do
times.
the Big Bear trip. You know?
I'll do the big band.
So
But how long are you planning to stay in? I don't know. We'll figure out logistics later, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. You could go live at Carson's house and then socially distance with your family and hang out with us.
We could, you know, and depending on where I'm
New
staying
bubble.
too, it's like I don't know if I'm gonna be staying at my mom and dad's house. So it's like, if I'm staying alone, then we can quarantine separately.
Oh yeah,
is just
you
too
guys
much.
could like get a place in San Diego together.
Yes, or a place in LA
Something.
potentially.
like an
that.
Airbnb.
Yeah, or like a friend's place or sublet
Yeah,
situation.
friend's place. Come stay here. I have a
Interesting.
room.
Interesting.
Rooms open up. Hopefully Levi will come back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. Well,
There's just like no way for him to stay there, so that's what I keep telling myself. It's
Right.
like, okay, try. fucking try.
Yeah. The one time the government has your back is Levi coming back to America.
Literally.
Oh, well, Amy, I wish you were here. You'd be having fun.
I know. Well, I was really close to coming. And then there was a COVID experience, COVID emergency. I had my flights booked. I had Airbnb booked. And then just a few days before I was about to leave, Jack texted me with some terrible news.
Yeah, dude.
It was terrible.
I would have seen you guys for a whole week. We would have like jolled around Brooklyn. We got a place like really close to where you live.
Wow.
Well, I can still...
It'll happen eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I can still come because now I have these airline credits.
Right.
But I'm kind of afraid to travel around election time.
Yes.
Yeah. And also rates are getting worse COVID-wise. Like, I wonder if, the spring is maybe... spring also is an amazing time to be in New York.
True,
like, winter...
Well,
you don't want to come when it's cold out, too, because...
That's true, but
Because then how are you going to hang outside?
Yeah.
But right now,
Yeah.
the fall is so beautiful. But again, yeah, it's just a hard time. It's like around election
If I come
season.
tomorrow, what does that look like?
What if, Amy, I double dog you to get on the
I would do it. Do you think I'm afraid? Because I'm
Check
not.
SWAT.
Like, I'll fucking do it. Yeah, no, I was checking what the date is. I was like, yeah, I can come. I'm free. I just have a very important appointment next Tuesday, but we can do it from
Now until next
from New
Tuesday.
York.
Yeah, okay, done.
You can do the appointment from New York?
Yes, then what?
Well, it's our podcast episode. It's our next podcast episode.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Should we say? I'm like afraid. I'm like knock on wood. If all goes well,
Let's say.
our next episode. We should say or not say?
I don't see why not.
Oh, if all goes well, our next episode is Grace and Mamrie.
The same
Guys.
person that you
You went up to.
I went up
poured your
drunkenly.
heart
I
out to.
I can't believe that, you guys. I mean, it's like
I know.
they are and still sort of are like my icons. Like
Yeah.
Mamrie, I've read cover to cover Mamrie Hart's autobiography. Like I'm no
Wow.
joke. I'm a Mamrie stan. Like
Well, like tell 19-year-old me that like my first video ever was saying who my favorite YouTubers are, and they were in that video. Absolutely.
I did a whole video just copying. I was like, Daily Grace taught us how to make videos cool or funny or something. And then I did a whole video just doing what she did to, like, it was
I
a
also did
cultural
a
moment.
"You Deserve a Drink" parody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
funny.
They were icons.
We're gonna have to
and
gab over them.
Still to this day, a life goal of mine is to sort of recreate their Hey USA situation.
Yeah.
I think there is nothing more fun than like that concept that they just got into a car or a van and was like,
Yeah.
we're going on tour to see the world, the nation, and like talk to people and like go
the randomest
crazy.
places.
It just was so. It still. I think I watched an episode like a month ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
I love them.
Yeah,
How'd this come up?
excited.
Oh, so if I'm in New York, then we could do it together, Jack. 6 feet apart, but still.
Yeah. Outside?
Well,
Potentially.
are you going to
In
let me
Central
into your
Park. In
apartment? It
Central Park.
depends. Depends if you let me into your apartment or not.
I unfortunately can't do that
Without a
without a
quarantine situation.
We've had too many scares.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, all right. Does anyone else have anything they need to get off their chest, or should we just wrap up a little early and go cuddle you and me?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys.
So jealous.
Ugh. I do think it might actually be. I don't know how to talk about it, but if you do want to name this episode to all the vibes,
Oh, yeah, we fucked
up.
We've got to talk about.
Oh yeah,
We
we forgot to
totally
talk about your
fucked up.
type. Okay, Carson. Okay, so
Carson's type.
why not me? Why not me? And who are you into, you know?
It's very few and far between. I feel like are the people that I actually like see. I don't like see that many people, but I don't know whether I don't know what it's a product of, but a bisexual man. Woof, dude. Woof. It's crazy.
What is it? You're gonna make me act up.
Oh wow. I don't know what it is. You know what? It might be like internalized shit.
Homophobia.
Because bisexual men are typically more masculine. Like that's fucked up. You know.
Yep. Yep.
But I also to an extent like thinking about the people that I've seen, they're not all hyper masculine. And that is, I mean, none of them are hyper masculine. Yikes. But, yeah, I think, I don't know.
That's what I was thinking about potentially. I mean, I think that is a thing that gay men often feel is like they're into bi guys because they're like mask or like giving the straight fantasy somewhat. And not only do you love bisexual men, but you also love European men, which
I just love any accent. Obviously, you know, like who doesn't love an accent, you know?
That's true.
But then you actually
Amy hits all of these boxes. Accent, bisexual man.
But you went to
Well, I hardly have an accent, so.
Oh, come on. You went to great lengths though to potentially meet a man in quarantine.
Well, okay. Yeah. Hi, Peter Heenan, if you're watching this. He's my good friend. But we have a flirtationship. He's an Irishman in London. I give
Cute.
first and last name. I should do that. Yeah, he's good friends with my friend Alex, who the day Broadway closed, right? My whole cast was fleeing the city. And, you know, some people were like, some of my castmates are from London, and people were flying back to Minnesota and stuff like that, just trying to get out of the city. Mm-hmm. And my friend Alex was really worried about her mom. She was like, my mom is in the UK. She's on this farm, basically. She's in this cottage in the middle of nowhere. And I'm worried about my mom. And we concocted this plan.
Well, the middle of nowhere is kind of a win for Alex's mom.
So that's what. Yeah. But it also, we were concocting this plan. You know, at the time we were like, it's going to be a couple of weeks. We just need to get out of the city and let it all pass or whatever. Mm-hmm. Still craziest thing I've ever done, and I still hold deep shame with it because was it the right idea and should we have done it? Absolutely not. But day of, we are sitting there concocting the plan. We buy a ticket, we pack up our things, and we leave that moment to Horsham, England. And we go.
What?
Yeah, and I went. And
wait, what are you talking about?
That's something I did.
Why did I not know that?
Me either. I didn't know this.
Because as things got worse and worse, I felt so much shame. I was like, why did I do this? Why did I internationally travel during this? And it was to escape. It was to, I was like, genuinely, I was like, I'm only going to see sheep for 2 weeks and then everything will be fine and I'll fly back. Clearly, that's not what happened. And, you know, I am glad Alex got to see her mom. She was like, what if they shut the borders and I can't see my mom and I'm scared that she's gonna, you know, like be sick and stuff like that.
What if you got stuck there?
Exactly. So that's why we ended up flying back. I could still be in Corsham, England, actually. But we got scared that they were gonna shut us out, which they wouldn't have done. But yeah, we flew back. And that is when you thought I moved, me and Alex had quarantined together because I didn't want to risk, you know, carrying anything. I felt fine, but I didn't want to risk carrying anything to my roommates. She didn't want to risk carrying anything to her roommates. So we literally locked ourselves in what we called the bunker for 2 weeks. Literally, at the time, it was so scary. Literally did not go outside. Did not see the sun. I remember a delivery man came and we peered through the little thing and he sat down and I've never seen a person run faster. I mean, during this time in New York, it was...
Oh my God.
It was...
Yeah.
absolute chaos. So we locked ourselves in that dark basement for two weeks and arose after 2 weeks and went back to our houses. But
So how long were you in England for?
that was also like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah.
And I had not a single inkling. That's crazy.
Not a clue. Yeah, Jack didn't either, which I was surprised.
Not
I
a
was
clue. Not a clue.
Yeah.
But what you will do for a man, and you know, like
right. So
deep down, you probably were because you were
Englishman.
like, maybe I'll find the love of my life during an apocalypse. You know.
Right. So that also in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, the pandemic will end after 2 weeks, and then I'll be in the UK, and I'll be able to flirt with this Irishman.
Totally.
But
So life changes.
Also bisexual.
Wow.
We've got to work through that.
I know. What is up, dude?
What? There's
That's
nothing wrong
crazy.
with that. Whatever. You're attracted to who you're attracted to.
Well.
But are you attracted to
Anyway.
them before you know they're bisexual? That's the question.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I'm
we don't have to.
sure. Yeah,
think
what are you
so,
talking about?
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
think you just like the bisexual
That's not
energy?
the first thing. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. It's not like your screening process is like,
Yeah.
are you bi? Okay, cool. Now I can think of you in that way. That doesn't make sense.
Right. Exactly.
Anyway,
And
You-
also you, like,
Yeah, I
as
definitely
a
don't fit
queer
that type.
person, queer fluid person, you feel seen and you can, like, connect on that.
I do feel seen, and I also understand in the ways in which it's like, is this? And I question all the time. Is it a masculinity thing? Is it weird? Is it like a
I do feel seen.
Jack.
Yeah, but and I have dated a lot of people who are not bisexual, or I've seen a lot of people. I've dated I've only had one boyfriend in my life, and he was not bisexual. So
And you'll never go back to a gay.
no,
I'm kidding. He's sweet.
Carson, thank you so much for joining us on Dating Straight.
Of course. Thank you so much for
This
having
was
me.
such like a homey episode
Yeah.
I know.
of fun.
I know.
I'm like home to you.
Where-
Right.
Where can the people find you other than the Carson effect?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I cut that out.
on Instagram, Carson McCalley, but 1C, because here's a funny story.
Oh, no.
Somebody, when my Instagram was the Carson effect during YouTube, somebody created Carson McCalley, my name, on Instagram.
No.
The
That
is
bio to this Instagram account is, this is for Carson if he ever wants to change his
no.
Instagram to his actual name. This account
And then what?
has been
No exists.
obsolete for a long time, and just has like 3 pictures of me or whatever. I have messaged them. I have reported it. I have talked to I tried to email Instagram and say the bio says this is for me if I ever want my name. They refuse to give me my name, Carson McCalley. So Carson McCalley, 1C, MCALLEY.
Oh my God, hopefully the person who made that is listening to this.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Give it back.
Maybe the combination of us 3 together will pique their interest. They'll be like, oh,
My old friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need to watch. You can
Yeah.
also find him in my YouTube videos.
Yes.
It's also true.
So, yeah. Well, how do we end our...
Cool. Thanks for listening. I'm Amy
I'm
Oddman.
Jack Dodge, and this is Dating Straight.
See you next Tuesday.
We're broken-hearted lovers. You can help